Right. DMHAS data collection. This is a considerable change for the DMHAS non-treatment projects out there. You should be receiving notice from DMHAS at some point alerting you that you're going to be asked to collect the diagnosis assessment data, and if the diagnosis that the client has is a substance abuse diagnosis, alcohol or substance abuse or substance use, that you're also going to have to complete the substance abuse assessment in HMIS. So that's a bit of a change. That was not a requirement prior for non-treatment, but in an effort to collect as much substance abuse information on the populations, DMHAS is looking to have that data collected, and it will be needed for your DDAP upload. What I don't know, because the direction or the formal document hasn't come out yet, I don't know if this is going to be a retroactive request. So I don't know if they're going to say for all current enrollees, please go back and create an entry diagnosis and substance abuse assessment. So we'll have to clarify that with them when they send out the announcement. If it is, then as would happen with an HMIS, or I'm sorry, an update from HUD in HMIS, something that would impact PSH projects, for example, where they add a new data collection field, well, then users are always required to go back and create an entry assessment for that new data field for anybody who's still enrolled in the project. So I would guess, and I would probably prepare mentally for the fact that if you're a DMHAS-funded non-treatment project, you're going to have to create an entry diagnosis assessment and, if necessary, an entry substance abuse assessment for your DMHAS clients if they're still enrolled in your program. I did create some screenshots of that just so people could see it. Let me see if I can find it, or did it die when my screen crashed? Otherwise, I can just go to it real quick and show you, because I have HMIS open. Yeah, I don't see it there, so let me just go here. I'm in a test client, so that's fine. And let me go to DMHAS DDAP. Okay. So let's assume that this client is a DMHAS client. They have an open enrollment. All you would need to do is go to program assessments. You've already done the DMHAS DDAP client or assessment if it's a DMHAS client, but then you would have to go to diagnosis assessment and go to add new, and then select the entry assessment. Let's pretend that this is a DMHAS one. You would just select that entry assessment and complete the diagnosis fields. Okay. And once you've done that, if one of their diagnoses happens to be a substance abuse diagnosis, you would then have to complete the substance abuse assessment. And that's, again, the same process. Click substance abuse assessment, add new, and then find the enrollment at entry to attach it to, and complete the assessment. Now, again, this would be for somebody who has a DMHAS enrollment. If the client has a diagnosis that's a substance abuse diagnosis and you do not complete the substance abuse assessment, DDAP is going to reject your upload. DDAP is designed to evaluate the assessments, and if it sees a diagnostic code that relates to either substance abuse or alcohol abuse and it doesn't see the substance abuse assessment, you'll get a DDAP error. All right, so it is a fairly large change for non-treatment projects, but again, I think the reason for the change does make a lot of sense to really try to get a grasp on the true profile of substance abuse amongst that population or those populations, so DMHAS can really start to develop, with the help of all the providers, some interventions. Okay, again, I don't have a date for when that's going to start, but I would say that if you're a DMHAS-funded non-treatment program, you may want to start collecting that information now because the announcement will be coming out soon, I would assume.